Well, it has been a minute or three, folks, since we have been on the water. Just with the moving and the new grandbaby and everything else we got going on. We just have not been able to get out. So it's tournament day. And once again, we didn't really get to do any pre-fishing. No practice. So we're making an educated guess, or an uneducated guess, as the case may be, about what and where to fish, and we will see if that works out. But the main thing is we're just gonna get out here and fish and have some fun today. It's been a while since we've been on the water, so we are gonna start over here. I'm not going to move back into the cove yet and fish those other boathouses, mainly because the sun is not hitting that bank back there and it's still a bit chilly out. This is the northern bank. It's probably been catching the most sun over the past few days. So we're going to fish down through here, fish that point that way, head across the channel to those rocks. Hopefully they're holding a little heat that the fish will find attractive, and if not, we'll have to improvise. But that is our plan for the day. So need a 5-fish limit. So let's get on it. Let's have a little fun. Let's see what fish, if the fish are biting. All right, Mr. Rocco. I hate to do it, but I'm about to swap you out, buddy. Gonna need something that dives a little bit deeper. All right, it's a bit of a trek, to say the least. Wind's a little calmer over here. We're a little sheltered. What I'm hoping though is this transition bank from the dirt to the rock, and then we've got some rocky points there. You'll see as we cut along through here. I'm hoping it'll hold some fish. Although we got some pretty steep bank here. I'm sitting in 32 feet of water right here. There we go. Starting to shallow up a little bit. There we go. That's scoreable. It's not a bad fish. Oh, you blind in one eye. Look at that. All right. So we got him here at 16 1/4. All right, 16 1/4. There he is. There you go. Well, crap. Didn't have my camera running. Got us a little smallmouth here. Let's see if he's scoreable. I love kayak fishing. Things get a little cramped sometimes. All right. Let's see what we got. All right. Gonna let him go. That's 2 off this rock wall. 1 on crankbait, 1 on chatterbait. Interesting. I really thought jerkbait would be the way to go, and so far it's one of the things that I've not caught anything on. But I really don't care what I catch them on, as long as I catch them. All right, see if anything else is interested. I'd be just fine and dandy if they want to hit the crankbait and the chatterbait all day long. That's a nice smallie. Get up here, get up here, get up here. Yes. That's a beauty right there. Look at that. Love it. Let's get a measurement on that one. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Wind. Blowing me completely up on the bank. That's lovely. Blow me up on the bank and then beat me against the rocks. Beautiful. All right, there he is, 18 inches. Gives me 3 for the day. I started to skip this bank altogether because it's kind of bare, but I was like, you know, that gravel, that chunk rock, a good place for smallmouth to start moving up to spawn. And sure enough, I wonder if there's any more hanging out in here. See if I can even get off this stupid bank. Wind, I mean, just blew me right. Just beating me against this bank. It's crazy. Thank you, Lord.
That's Smalley. Got him. Yeah, that's a good one. That'd be a solid scoreable fish. Oh crap, this wind is horrific. I'm about to get blown up on the bank. 16.5-inch smallmouth. Out here on these flats on the chatterbait. We're gonna let him go. I'm gonna try not to destroy my boat in this wind. And let's try to go out there and catch 4 more. My dad's got 3 keepers so far. I've got the 1. But hopefully with the weather warming up a little bit, we can get some more. We'll see.
There we go. That's better. That's better. Get up here. All right. That's a nice fish. Definitely scoreable. There we go. Better fish. Let's get a measurement on him. All right. Got him on the board, 16 inches. There he is. Send him back. And away he goes. Yes. All right, there he is, 15 inches. That gives me a limit of 5. Now I just need to cull some of my smaller ones. As it is right now, got an hour and a half left, and I'm in 3rd.
Nice one, I think. Woo! That's a big largemouth. Come here! Come here! No! No, no, no! Yes! There we go! Finally! Holy cow! I think we should have launched at German Creek. Huh? We should have launched at German Creek.
Yeah.
He is 18 1/4. I'm gonna say 18 just to be safe. We've got 45-ish minutes. 18 exactly.
Do what?
45 minutes till line's out.
Oh, yeah.
So. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of the video. We hope that you enjoyed it. Cherokee, it's definitely an interesting lake. We've been kind of hit or miss most of the time fishing this one, but we did a lot of research going into this. Even though we didn't get to do any practice, it ended up being a pretty good day overall. Now, again, this one was a little bit different. We have a 5 fish limit instead of the normal 3 for TNKATT. That's because this is a collaborative event. We had one other tournament trail there. It was a TCKA, and they do a 5 fish limit. So we changed the Cherokee tournament to a 5 fish limit tournament, and it was, it's kind of a difficult process going from the 3 fish to the 5 fish limit. But my dad, he did a very good job of overcoming that because he caught all 5 fish and he caught a total of 80 inches, which was good enough for an 8th place finish. So there we go. There's a first place there's another top 10 finish. That's got my dad up to 3. And we're only about halfway through the season. We've got April, May, June, July, August, and the Classic for AOY. So that's 6 for AOY. And then for the state championship team, the Classic is not part of the points for that. So we've got 5 more tournaments for my dad to get 2 more top 10s. And hopefully that should be good enough to get us a spot on the state championship team. So 5 fish limit, 80 inches with an 18-inch kicker. He really knocked it out of the ballpark with this tournament, especially with the weather. That wind was killer towards the end of the day. I didn't fare quite as well. As you saw in the video, I only caught 2 fish, but they were both good fish. That 18-inch largemouth later in the day, and then I caught a 16.5-inch smallmouth about halfway through the day. So that was a good enough for a 20th place finish. So a 20th place finish, that's all out of 36 anglers, which isn't bad, overall. Especially, again, for no practice on a lake that we're not super familiar with. So yeah, it was overall just a great day. We did a lot of research, and it's very exciting to see the work we're doing and the practice and the studying that we're doing pay off because, last year we were good catching 3 keeper-sized fish. 3 12 to 14-inch fish is usually what we're doing. But as we've practiced and researched, we're starting to catch better quality fish in several tournaments. It's not just a one-off thing. We're actually catching 18, 16, even 19 to 20-inch fish in these tournaments. And we're really starting to see some growth in that. And we're hoping to continue that as we go later into the year, especially since this is a time of year that we're more familiar with fishing. That spring, summer, and fall fishing, that's our go-to. We love fishing shallow. We love power fishing. And we're learning a lot of new techniques for that. Now, just like with the February tournament on Watts Bar, this was a joint tournament, which means there's a lot of people double dipping, and we should see some of those same benefits of people who are not TNKATT members placing ahead of us. That means that they're not competing for AOY, which means their name isn't going to be in the list for the TNKATT AOY standings. So even though my dad finished in 8th, there could be 2 or 3 people here who are not TNKATT members, which should bump him up. So I'm going to use the same example from Gunnersville last year. I technically finished 5th overall, but 4th, 3rd, and 2nd were not TNKATT members. So I finished 2nd in the AOY points for that tournament. First place gets 100, second place gets 99, 98, 97, and so on. So that could bump my dad up to maybe top 5 or so. We'll see once the actual standings come out. Not really sure who is TNKATT members right now. We've not had time to kind of settle down, and we're still kind of busy with the move, and we've had some vehicle issues. We've had some family health issues. So we're not really able to keep track of that quite as well. So it's been really busy for us, but hopefully in the next little while, it's going to settle down some more and we can get to some more consistent fishing. So what to expect in the future? Right now, I don't have anything recorded as of sitting here at the desk, but we know that we have the Chickamauga tournament coming up, and that's a really big one. This is a national tournament. This is the Big Bass Power Hour. There's like 5 or 6 different tournaments happening that day. So it's going to be a big, big event. We could see as many as 250 anglers on the lake. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be recording that. We're going to go down and hopefully get some practice in, stay 2 or 3 days in the Chickamauga area, hopefully catch some big fish. You know, with the Big Bass Power Hour, every hour, whoever catches the biggest bass in that hour wins $1,000. And then the biggest one for the tournament wins a native kayak, which is worth several $1,000s. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's also it's an MLF format tournament. So it's all the fish you can catch over 14 inches. And, you know, last year it was in March 1st. It was freezing and we just weren't prepared because of some other stuff we had to go and take care of. We didn't get to do any practicing, but this year it's looking a lot better. The weather leading up to it is looking like it's going to be warm, and you know, it's going to be, you know, about almost halfway through April, which means it's going to be spring fishing. They should be pre-spawn, maybe going into the spawn. So they should be up shallow. They should be back in the creeks, which is our favorite way to fish. We're just really looking forward to it because there's a very good possibility that we could place pretty good. And hopefully at least one of us, maybe both of us or all 3 of us, because my brother is going to try to fish it as well. Maybe we'll catch big enough fish to win one of those hourly big bass prizes. That'd be awesome. But that'll also be in conjunction with the TNKATT tournament. So we got to catch 3 big fish, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So that one's coming up. But before that, we're going to try to make some more fun trips. The river, the French Broad, is really clearing up. We didn't get to fish it a lot late last year because of Hurricane Helene moving through. You know, Douglas Lake got basically destroyed, and the French Broad runs out of Douglas, and it was messed up for a pretty long time. It was muddy. It was dirty. You couldn't even get in the water for a little while because of some safety issues. But now, you know, it's end of March. It's been 6 months since the storm, and the water's starting to clear back up to where it was before. You know, French Broad's a pretty clear river, not quite as clear as the Holston, but it's clean water, and it's a great smallmouth fishery. And we were really sad to not get to fish that last November, because some of the best smallmouth fishing we ever experience is in that month of November. But now it's clearing up. We're really looking forward to getting back out there, learning the new lay of the river, because we've seen a lot of structure and stuff that has moved. The bottom's changed a lot because of the amount of water that's moved through there in such a short amount of time. So can't wait to get out on there, and that should be a video coming up as well. So look forward to some river content and then some Chickamauga content. And then after that, it's going to be a bit of a break from the tournaments until early May. So we'll go out on the river. Maybe we'll make some trips up to some of the local lakes. We'll see. Just a lot of fun. It's the best time of year. Summer, getting warm, so we can get outside a whole lot more, do some more fishing trips, and get some more content for y'all. But I think I've rambled long enough. Hope y'all have a fantastic weekend, and we will see you in the next one.